Welcome back to the Sports Betting Spotlight. As you guys know, I'm Kelly Stewart. I'm joined by Tony Miller, Sportsbook Director down here at the Golden Nugget, and Aaron Kessler, the guy who does all the work at the Golden Nugget. We're going to start off week 13 of the NFL season, week 14 of college football, some great championship games. I don't think any of us are on them, but I got a lot of NFL. Aaron's got a lot of NFL, and so does Tony. Let's get started. Aaron, first play, Baylor plus 18. Miami Dolphins plus 3.5, Washington Redskins plus 2.5, Carolina Panthers plus 7. Tony's got some totals for us to start. Over in the Lions-Saints game, 53.5. Rams Pats under 44. Ravens minus 3.5. Raiders minus 3. I've got all NFL games. Giants plus 6. Detroit Lions plus 6. Los Angeles Rams plus 13. And Jacksonville plus 3.5. Aaron, let's get started with your first play. Baylor plus 18 over West Virginia.
Well, West Virginia's a team, they started out the year like a house on fire, and now West Virginia's just finishing the year like a couch on fire. They were winning games by huge margins, putting up lots of points. It seems they fall off every year as teams adjust to West Virginia. 18 is a lot of points. Baylor is not a great team right now. They're reeling, but 18 should be close enough.
All right, next up, Miami Dolphins, opposite play than Tony Miller here, plus 3.5.
I've been fading Baltimore all year. This is not a team that I think is very good. You know, they don't score a lot, and Miami has shown signs of life lately. They've been on the world's least impressive winning streak, but they're winning, and they're staying in games. I just think they can hang with Baltimore here.
Washington Redskins plus 2.5. I actually like this one myself, Aaron.
Arizona's been kind of a disaster lately. Kirk Cousins has been the hottest thing in the NFL. Washington wins this game outright.
7-2 against the spread. Washington is absolutely the hottest team in the NFL to bet on right now. Last but not least, Carolina Panthers plus 7.
Two teams with somewhat solid defenses. Seattle off a really lousy performance against Tampa. Carolina off just a weird game against the Raiders. But you get two teams, one of them's getting a touchdown. I'll take them.
All right, Tony, a couple totals to start. Lions, Saints over 53.5.
Yeah, you know, it's that time of year, NFL playoffs now, where teams are scrambling to get into the playoffs, wild card situations. Detroit's here still trying to win the division, but the Saints at home are a monster team, putting up points. Breeze is going to go up and down the field on the Lions. I think Stafford has a good game against that very, very bad Saints defense. A lot of points in this game. Breeze will probably put up 53 himself.
I like it. Rams, Pats under 44.
Man, what can you say about the Rams? They just cannot score. They're a terrible, terrible team on offense. They can't put up any points. Brady's kind of banged up this week. Gronkowski now out for the year. I think Pats definitely win the game. I'm not sure about covering, but I know for sure it's going to go under. You won't see a whole lot of points this game. Pats take a week off this week.
I hope they do. As you guys know, I'm going to be on the Rams here in a second. Opposite play, Aaron Kessler over here, Ravens minus 3.5.
Yeah, I know the Dolphins have been hot, but here they run kind of, I think, to a buzzsaw, going into the cold weather in Baltimore, going up north. I think Baltimore in this game is a great spot for them to keep going. I like Flacco in this game against the Dolphins defense. I think the streak definitely stops this week going against the Ravens.
All right, Raiders minus 3.
Got to stick with a hot team, and they are hot right now. I'll take the Raiders all day long at home against anybody, laying 3, only 3 here. Derek Carr's phenomenal. Running game is great. Receivers are great. Khalil Mack on defense playing a year of his life. It's just a great, great team right now to play at home, laying 3 points, especially here against the Bills.
All right, my first play is going to be the New York Giants plus 6. I was so surprised to see this line. The Giants boast a top 5 passing defense. The Steelers only have one weapon at wide receiver, and that's an Antonio Brown. They're going to have to focus on their ground game. It's going to be a ground and pound game with Le'Veon Bell. That works on teams like the Colts without Andrew Luck, teams like the Browns. Remember, just before those 2 games, the Steelers dropped 4 straight. For me, it's Giants or nothing here. Give me the 6 points. Speaking of 6 points, Tony's being generous. I had Detroit plus 5.5. You never see that happen. So I'm going to take my hook here, or I'm going to buy off the hook here, get my 6. Lions are 7-4, and they have trailed every single quarter of the season, and they still managed to lead the NFC North. Every single one of their games has been decided by less than 7 points. And I get it. The Saints are off a beatdown, like you were just talking about, of the Rams. They appear to be running on all cylinders, but I'm not buying it. They have failed to cover the last 11 out of 15 times as a favorite. I'm taking the Lions to keep their lucky streak going. The Los Angeles Rams plus 13. I may as well be on suicide watch for betting this one. Every time I take double digits in Foxborough, I did it, I think it was last year. I think I took like almost 3 touchdowns with the Jags last year in Foxborough, and by halftime I was like, wow, that was the dumbest thing I've done all football season. But here I am doing it again. This is just a spot where we have to talk about how sports bettors have a short-term memory. Like I just said, the New Orleans Saints just beat the crap out of the Rams. I don't see it happening. This line is inflated. The Pats have been shredding the books for weeks now. Tony can tell you. They've been getting killed in teasers. They've dropped 2 of their last 3, but I do think this is the week that, like you said, the Pats take a bye. Who cares? Win by 10. It's an easy week. Gronk's hurt. Give me the Los Angeles Rams plus 13. And last but not least, right before we started this video, Aaron Kessler gave me even more reason to take this bet. I wanted Jacksonville plus 4.5. He moved the line to 3.5 on me, but I'm still going to take it. Trevor Siemian is now doubtful for the Broncos. I'm going to be on Jacksonville plus 3.5. As you guys all know, the Broncos are off a shocking overtime loss to the Chiefs. The Jags are just 2-9. They did lose in Buffalo, but they did cover the spread for me. They always seem to be in their games. They've lost their last 4 by less than 7 points in each one of them. They have the talent. I think we see it on Sunday. This line was begging for Broncos money at 4.5, but I still think that there's some value at taking the Jags. And as a Broncos fan, I'm going to be super mad on Sunday if the Broncos can't just win like 21-20. But give me the points with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Moving along to best bets. Aaron Kessler, also in agreement with me. Detroit plus 6.
These New Orleans, Detroit games, teams like these that score a lot of points, don't have a lot of defense, they go up and down the field. It's one of those games where whoever has the ball last is probably going to win. I don't think there's a huge edge. If you're taking 6, it's going to take a walk-off touchdown to beat you. I'll take my chances with Detroit.
I like it. And common play with Aaron Kessler, and a play I also like myself, the Redskins plus 2.5, Tony, is your best bet today.
Yeah, everyone knows the Redskins have been really hot. Kirk Cousins is, dominant as far as throwing the ball, a lot of yardage passing. But I'm playing against the Cardinals here. Carson Palmer's done. He's just old and just no good. Fitzgerald's old and just no good. So if it wasn't for Johnson on their offense running the ball, they would have nothing. I like the Redskins in this game. Put up a lot of points against the Cardinals. Stay with them. They're going to win this game easily.
My best bet this week is Green Bay minus 6.5, and I actually liked this game before they beat the Eagles on Monday night. But it's not because I like Green Bay here. It's because I'm playing against Brock Osweiler and the Houston Texans. Brock has thrown more interceptions and touchdowns this season. He has a couple of weapons at wide receiver, and Aaron and I have had our arguments about this prior, but he doesn't utilize them. He's only averaged 160 yards passing on the road all season. Packers win this game, maybe by 7. I don't care. I'm laying 6.5. Tony, what's going on at the Golden Nugget this week? As you guys all know, it's NFR week. I mean, we got guys down here in Wranglers.
That's right.
We got to have some beer specials. I know we got some concerts going on. Tell me what's going on down here in downtown Las Vegas.
A lot of Cowboys downtown, a lot of good concerts here at the Golden Nugget. Terry Clark, we got Leonard Skinner coming in, Charlie Daniels Band, so a lot of good things happening down here.
I love it. I'll be down here myself. As always, thank you for filling in for Matt, Aaron Kessler, Tony Miller, Sportsbook Director. Have a good week, guys, and good luck.